Welcome everybody to another great product review brought to you by Butcher BBQ. Today we are going to be doing our easy bean seasonings. We've got three flavors. We got our country style. We have our bourbon and brown sugar. Doesn't that sound yummy? And we have our smokehouse. And as we do with each one of our product reviews, we're going to go over the packaging that it comes in. For this particular review, we're just going to actually talk about one packaging since they're all the same, other than obviously the writing on the outside. But for the package itself, it's different than our standard packaging with our barbecue rubs because it comes in a bag that has a gusset bottom so that it will sit on a shelf or in your counter at your house. With this packaging, it's got a little notch here for an easy tear. We'll tear it open here in a little bit, but for an easy tear, and then just right across here on the inside is a zip top type packaging that will help keep this stored properly inside your cabinet. Or if you're going to use the whole thing, I'm sorry, let's just start with that a little different. With the zip top packaging to help keep it stored. Now, the recommendations that we have, and this can be used with any kind of canned beans. What it is canned beans have their own flavor, and generally they're just kind of mellow, monotone, not a lot of flavoring in it. This can be used with pork and beans, kidney beans, white beans, ranch style beans, and even the pre-made baked beans, and you just want to zest it up a little more. What you do is for every 14, 16 ounce can of beans, you know, standard can size, you only put a quarter cup of this inside the package, inside the beans, stir it up and heat it however you want to. If you're going to microwave it, put it straight out on your table, stove top it, put it in your smoker. That's all it takes. It's just a quarter cup of the bean seasoning and it melts right in and it's ready to be used. But more to this, now that I went down that rabbit hole, let's get back to the packaging. We have our logo at the top, the name of the product. This is the Smokehouse Baked Beans. Some real simple suggestions how it can be used. This is it's fast and simple, great for family meals, saves hours of cooking, and it's easy to use instructions. And I just went over the instructions, and that'll prove that. On the back, we've got a real quick description of the product, and each one has a little different to let you know what the flavor is of each one, our ingredients and our nutrition panel. And the allergens in this, there is two allergens. There's soy and wheat. So just be aware of that. No MSG, nothing like that, but there is soy and wheat. Like I said, each one of these has their own on the back, and it's descriptive to the product name on the front. Now, that being said, these come in 10-ounce packages. There will be approximately 7.5 to 8 uses per bag by using our quarter cup increments. Now, if you're going to doing a large catering job, or you're doing let's say you went to a big clubhouse and you bought the big number 10 cans like you see in restaurants, you would use a whole bag per each number 10 can. That's the recommendations. That's the proportions that we have spelled out for that usage. Now let's get to what everybody wants, and let's open one up. I'll smell it, we will taste it, and I'll tell you what we're tasting each time. As I said, there's a little easy rip top there. I'm going to rip that open. I'm going to rip it from both sides so I can get rid of it. We're going to open the zip, and honestly, it smells like just a good barbecue rub is what it smells like. I can't pick out anything particular in this one. I can just smell some different spices. Let's see if there you can see it inside the bag. It's pretty free flowing. I'll pour it out here in a minute. Let's just do that right now. Set that to the side before I spill it. And as you can see, what it is, what it looks like. Very small grains. We're going to taste it. I'm going to put it on the side of my mouth, and we're going to see what kind of flavors I get out of the country style. Get a sweetness up front. Oh my, yeah. That has an extremely great, deep barbecue flavor. Knowing what's in it, I can taste the brown sugars. I can taste the spices in it. I can taste some garlic. There's some dried tomato. Um, and there's just a touch of a zing, which is a dried vinegar. Um, no heat. There's no heat factor in this at all. So from a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being high, it's a 0. There's no heat in this at all. So that's what we got there. Man, what a really great flavor. And it is condensed flavoring, since I just went straight to my mouth. And this is made for a can of beans. So this is actually a large flavor. So that's one reason why I'm getting that. Yeah, good flavor still even right now. Let's dump this out and let's open up the bourbon and brown sugar. All right, we're going to pour this out. Show that to you. And you can see a little bit, few darker crystals or grains in it. Let me pour the other one right beside it so you can see what I'm looking at. Okay. You can see there's just like some little dark specks in there. Okay. And what that is what's called granulated brown sugar. Okay. And that is what, if you put regular brown sugar in it with the moistness in that, it'll just clump right up. So that's what that is. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to do my smell test. Let's start with that again. Oh, I can smell the bourbon. That is crazy. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know if the smell would stay with it after being packaged for the little bit of time it's been packaged, but man, it's as good as it was when we were testing it. Oh yeah, that's great. That is great. All right, let's taste this. I almost get a combination of the sweetness and the bourbon up front all together. It hits me at very simultaneously right up front. Golly, I don't want to be biased, but that one's has been my favorite. Um, yeah, I the flavor's still there. I'm still getting the bean flavoring and the bourbon flavor, but my goodness, that sure is good. Okay, let's get started here on the last one. Okay, and that's going to be our smokehouse. We're going to open this one up. Yeah, you can definitely tell that it's got a smoke flavor added to it. I can smell it, along with, like I said, the rub type spices. There we go. This is what we've got. Let me show that to you. As you can see, it looks just about like the others. Same type base. It's pretty loose. Let's see what we get for flavors. Oh yeah, you get that smokiness, boy, along with the garlic and the tomato base and the, oh my, yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. That comes in a very close second to my bourbon, the brown sugar. That is extremely tasty. There again, no heat. I don't get any heat with it. The factor is there right up front. Gosh, that's such a great flavor. But that's our 3 bean seasonings. They are located on our website. We can also, most of our retailers do sell them. We ask that you please go to your favorite barbecue store and just go up and ask the manager where these located on the shelf and let him show you where our easy bean seasonings are.